Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are building the super simple, super fun and super useful custom logger, but in Rust, but it's the basic logger, and we are not going to use any kind of the grades or dependencies, just a pure Rust. So let's just start. And for any kind of the logger, we need some kind of the log levels like the info, warning, or error. And we are going to show the like we need the some kind of a timestamp, the log type, and also the message regarding that log. Okay. So for the we are going to use the three basic variants for the log, and for that we can easily create the enum, which is I think the log level will be fine name, and the first one will be info, the second one will be warn, and third one will be error. Okay, so we have the log level now. Okay, so what's the second thing we need? The second thing we need is the timestamp, which we are going to show in the terminal, and also we are save it into the file. So for the first thing is the timestamp. Okay, so for that we are going to create the timestamp function, and this will return the string, and let's calculate the time. We are going to use the system time, and now and then we use the since duration since Unix epoch, and we need to unwrap it. After that we need it as seconds. Okay, now we are here. We are going to use the format macro because the return type is string, and we just simply have to use the the start. Yeah, start will be fine. Okay, so we have returned the so our time, we have completed our timestamp function. Now let's so we have the timestamp now. Now we need some kind of the approach here where we have to pass the log level, and on the basis of that level we need to return the text. Let's say the log level is the info, then we need to return the info text along with the message. Okay, so I think we can create a new function which should be, it's a logger, so we should call it log. This will not return anything, but extract the parameters will be level, and it should be a log level, and the other thing is message. We are going to use the string slice. Now let's say we have the level str. We are going to use the match for the level. The first one is the log info. Let's say it's the log info level. Then what we need to do, we have to return the info. For the second part, let's say it's the warning, then we are going to use the warn. Then we have the log error. For the error part, we will be using the error. Okay, so let's make some room here. Okay, so we have the level str now. Now we can easily we have the message as well, so we can easily calculate the final message by using the format macro again, and this time we are going to use the three placeholders. For first one is for the timestamp, second one is for the level, and we already have created the timestamp function. The second one is the level str, the third one is the message. Okay, and what we need to do, we just simply have to paste not just to print it the final message to the terminal, and also we need the line break here as well, because on each line we need the single log level. Okay, why we got the error? Okay, so it's a print macro. We have missed the semicolon, not the semicolon, the exclamation mark. Okay, so let's make some room here, and now we have printed the log to the console, now to the terminal. So this time we are so now we need some kind of the file as well, where we are going to add, and also the append all these logs. So for that we can say that we will declare the mutable file, and we can use the file. We are not going to use the create, because create will remove if we executed a program one time and it will save the data in the file, but after running the second time the program will remove all the previous data if you use the file create. So that's why we need some kind of the thing like which will append the data. For that we have the open options from the standard module, and there's a new, and after the new what we have the create, which we are going to create. If the file exists it will not create, if it doesn't exist then the file will be gets created. And we also need the append feature. And now what's the file name? File name should be, I think it the app.log, and we just simply unwrap it. Okay, and now we have the file. There's a function called write all, and what we have here, we have the final message. We are going to convert it to bytes. So both of our functions, the timestamp and the log, is completed now. We just simply have to use it in our main function. So let's create the main function, which is the most important function. Let's use the log and pass the log level info first. Info should be, I think, what's the message? Message should be, you can say that application started, and then we need the other log for the warning type. Warning should be, I think it should be a low disk space is fine. Then last will be log level of error. Error should be, I think the common error should be could not connect to the server. Okay, so everything is done, so I think we can test it now. Let's check if we don't have any kind of the error. Yeah, we don't have the error. Let's save it and try to execute it. Let's run our code, and yeah, it's fine. We can see the timestamp, and then we have the log level, and then we have the message. Okay, let's check for the file. We have the app.log file, which is looking fine as well. Our data is written. Now let me, I think if we execute it again, the data should be appended. Okay, so let's exit it and check for the, yeah, there are 6 rows added. Okay, and let's delete this file. Okay, so as you can see, I have used the unwrap. So I have used it because of some purpose, and after the Cloudflare outage, I don't want to use the unwrap even for the local development or for the test purpose as well. But as you can see that the unwrap is very simple and it's a fast approach for like coding something or doing something. But it's the unsafe way, so don't try to use the unwrap. So now I think we should have to refactor this code, and we should have to remove the unwrap. And for the unwrap we should I think we should use the result or the option enum, but in this case I am going to use the result enum. For the result enum we are going to use the what we are the first function which we are going to refactor and remove the we are going to use the result, and this will return the string. And what's the error? Error will be error. Okay, and now what we need to do, we have to remove the unwrap because we are doing this some kind of the refactoring, and use the, there is a function called map underscore error, and if let's say if there is an error, we are going to initiate the new error, and the error kind should be other. And what do I need to do? We need to pass the, simply use the question mark. Okay, so now what we need to do, we have to wrap the format inside the OK block. Okay, so now okay, so the format is missing. Let me add the format. So format macro gets added. So now our timestamp function is refactored and we have removed the unwrap from it, and now we have used the result string and IO error. So now let me refactor the log function as well. So the timestamp function is now returning the result, so we need to handle it. Just call the timestamp function and use the question mark because it returned the result enum, and also we need to remove the we have used ts for the final message. Okay, so let's add the return result here as well, and okay, and the last thing, we need to use the OK here. Okay, so log function is refactored, and we have removed the, now the last step is for the main function. We need to return the result for the main function. Okay, and okay, and we need to use the question mark, and just use the return. Okay, so let me, so there is no file. Let me try to run this again. So we have removed the unwrap, used the result, and now everything is working as expected. Let me check the file, and file is fine as well. Delete it. Okay, so firstly we have used the unwrap, then we have updated the code by using the result. Now it's a production ready code. If you upload it on any kind of production server, then if some kind of the error occurred, then this program will not crash or panic. So please don't use the unwrap. So one more thing, let me run the app again. Let me show you one thing. As you can see, there is the this is some kind of like, this is the seconds from the epoch, since the Unix epoch, which is not looking good. It is not a user friendly thing. User will not know is what is this. This is some kind of the, like the numbering or word. Yeah, it is a timestamp, but not the human readable. Let's make it human readable, but not by using any kind of third-party creates or any dependencies. Just do it a manual stuff. It will be trickier, not for the hours, minutes, or the seconds parts, not for the time part, but for the date part, it will be a little bit trickier. So let's, I think, let's try it. Okay, let's try to. The only thing which we need to refactor is the timestamp function for the So now what we are going to do, we need the year, month, day, and then we need the time, hours, minutes, and seconds. So first, I think we can calculate the time. Okay. So we have the duration. For the hours, minutes, and second part, we need total seconds in a day. For that, we can say that we have the seconds, and we can get second from the duration is seconds. Now we have the seconds. Let's say we have these seconds today. What we can do, we can say that it's the how many seconds in a day? It's seconds in a, it's 86,400 seconds in a day. So we have the total seconds in a day. By having that, we can easily calculate it today, and we are going to divide it by how many seconds in 1 hour. So we have the 3600 seconds, and we are going to use the modulus 24 because we need the value from 0 to 23. For the minutes part, we can say that we have the seconds today, and we will divide it by so in 1 minute we have the 60 seconds. Okay, and for the what we need, it's left is the seconds part. We are going to send out of the, and the modulus will be 16. So we have the hours, minutes and seconds. Let me test it. Let me first indent this code. Okay, so the first thing is the we can say that 2-digit number, and for the minutes part we also need that, and instead of the start we can say that hours, minutes and seconds. Okay, so let's let me delete the, or not delete the file. Let me test it. So we have the time now, and time is fine. Let me run it again. The second should be changed. Yeah, it's 47, then we have 48. Let me run it now. We have the 51. So the second is working perfectly fine, and time is looking good. But with this time, as you can see, user will not know like is this the warning of the yesterday warning, or last month warning, or last year warning. So we need to be specific. We need to show the actual complete timestamp for the user, so they have an idea about time. So let's calculate the month, not the month, for the year first. For the year part, what we need to do now, we should have the seconds, we can say the total seconds, or say day total seconds. It's the 86,400. Okay, so now we need the days from the epoch. So let's say we have the days, we need the days since epoch, and what we can do now, we have the seconds. We will divide it by day total seconds, and we can also replace it with the day total seconds. Okay, so we have the, okay, now let's try to calculate the year part. For the year part, this is the approximate like year, month and day. So let's say the mutable year we are going to use is the 1970, and we need the remaining days from the, let's say, days since epoch. Okay, so we have these two things. So what we are going to do now, this is a little bit of trickier part because we are doing it manually. We are not using the chrono or any kind of third-party creates. I'm doing it just for fun and just for coding purpose, and just for learning, because I love to do these kind of things. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too, and you guys will learn it. So we need some kind of we need a loop here. So for the loop, what we are going to do now, we are going to check like every year have 365 or 366 days on the basis of the leap year. We first check, let's say the year is 1970, it's a leap year or not, and we are going to minus that from the remaining days. And let's say that remaining days is less than the year total number of days in year, then it means it is the current year. and also we are going to increment the year each time, so we can reach to the 2025, which is the current year. So let's me try, let me start with the, let's say we have, so we need to calculate the leap year as well. For that I think we should we need to create the function called the is leap year, and this will return the boolean value, and only the param need for that is, I think, u64 will be fine. Okay, so what's the formula for that, calculating the year? I think the year modulus 4 will be, let me search for the formula for the mathematical calculation for getting the leap year. And also don't worry about these kind of things for all the mathematical formulas or any kind of the calculation, because you don't have to memorize it. Everything is available. You just have to focus on your coding logic, your application logic, and also the part of like what you are going to build. And the most important thing, just to focus on to write a better and the clean code, just like we have removed the unwrap and use the result enum. So let me search for the get the leap year formula. Okay, so let's check for the, okay, here we have the, where is it? Okay, so this one is the formula for the leap year. Let's try it. So year percent for it was okay, and then we need some kind of the year percent 100 not equal to 0, and there is an OR case which is the year percent 400 modulus. Okay, so let me confirm it one more time. Year percent 4 modulus 4 equal to 0, and year modulus 100 not equal to 0, and we have the modulus operator. Okay, so we have now the leap year. Now days, what do we need to do now? So what the variable, so we need 365 or 368, so we can say that days in year, and we can use the if function. If is leap year, we are passing the year, and if it's a leap year, then it means the days are the 366 days, otherwise we have the 365 days. And now we can say that if remaining days is greater than or equal to days in year, then what we need to do, we need to just simply subtract the remaining the days in year from the remaining days. And what we need to do now, we have to, okay, so we have to increment the 1 year in the 1970, so it should be 1971, and for the else part we just simply have to break the loop, nothing else. Okay, so now I think we can test it. Let's test it first. We have the year now. Let's try to run it, and as you can see, we got the 2025. We have calculated the year perfectly fine. It was a tricky one, and if you have the very long application and you need multiple kind of the like you have to handle data and time so often, so use the chrono grid or any other grid which you like. Okay, so we have the year now. What do we need to do now? So we have the year now. We need to calculate the month. For the month part, we need to know that we need to know about days in month. So now we have the remaining days. The remaining days variable is updated, and now we need to shrink it to the year for. So now we need to find from that the remaining days, which is the current year. We need to find the actual exact month. For that part, what we can do, we can say that days in month, and days in month should be, I think, if it's a leap year, or we can also use it as leap year, and we are going to pass the year, and we also need the else part. So there should be an array, and we need to loop to that array. So let's search for the month, days, the array format, and also give me two days with the leap year and out. Okay, so we got the so we can first grab it for the leap year part, and okay, and also we can paste it for the okay. So first one is for the leap year, so we have the 29, and the only thing we have to change is for the Feb month, which is the 28. So now we have the days in month section. So we have to start it from the first month, which would be a mutable month, and the month will be 1. Now what we need a loop here for the days part in days in month. Okay, so now we need a logic. So we have the let's say we have the first month, and which is the 31. So remaining days should be, we have to let's say if it's the 200 days, and obviously it should be, it's not the okay. So we have the remaining days of, let's say we have the 30 days remaining, and right now we have to check it. If remaining days is greater than or equal to we can say that days, then what we need to do, we have to remaining days, just like same like the year part, we have to minus it, but we need to increment the month part. For the else part, we are going to just simply break it. Okay, so now I think we can also get, now we have the remaining days, which should be a very the remaining days will only have the current date. Okay, so which we can easily get now by the day. We can say that let's day equal to remaining days. Then we also need to add 1, because the that should be not start from the 0, should start from the 1. And let me add this. Okay, so let's say we have the for 2 part and for 2-digit number, and also we need the year, and what we need, month and day. So we have everything ready. So let me what's the file? Okay, we don't have to, I think we shouldn't have to delete the file, because let me explain it why. Later, not now. Let me first run the application, try to see what we got. Okay, so we got the year properly, month properly, and date properly, and also the timestamp is also working fine. So now let's check for the file, which is the app.log. You can see the first time we have only show the second, then we show the complete time, then we show only year, then we showed the year, month and date. So now it's complete. Now user will definitely have an idea that when this logs gets generated. And let me delete this file. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed it, and the only tricky part was the calculating the time and also the date. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will push the code and add the link in the description, so you guys can clone it and make it better or learn it new things. And also let me refactor this. Let me move to the source and use the rest fmd for main so now you can see our all of our imports gets prettier. It indented perfectly fine. Let me save this. And okay, so that's it for now. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.